So the yellow has the right of way, even though it's a four-way stop sign. The yellow has the right of way. Even if you make your right or your left hand turn and you come first, you still have to give leeway to the one that has the flashing yellow. We work for comments, like and shares, and remember to subscribe to the channel. We got a 2-inch spatula, which is this, pair of gloves. Try and keep as much of that off my fingers, but if you get it on there, you can use coal to prevent it from sticking onto the equipment. You can put it in a plastic bag and then stick it in the freezer. I forgot and skipped a step. First I got started with the A-frame, and I unlock it here and there to get my extend. So I'm gonna turn it into a straight ladder to get on the roof. Alright, I gotta figure out how to get it up on the roof now, because I think that's the internet cable. I don't know, but I have to get it between these two line there. I'm gonna use the post there as a jack and then walk underneath and raise it up. So I got it up. And just a little mental note, because this one is different. When you're using the ladder, you have to make sure you're also pulling this away from your jack, because this will bind the force and weight, and it will cause the ladder, it's top heavy because it's twice your height, to want to fall back onto the ground. So you just gotta slowly walk it up and pull the bottom away from the jack. And then, like how I had the cable, I had to put it like at a 7 or 5 degree to clear the line. I couldn't go straight up. So for where the first leak is, I measured inside the room, it's at 20 inches. So I have to compensate for the wall. And then the overhang is overhang 7 to 8 inches. So that's 28 plus about 4.5, 5 inches, about 33 inches, and it's somewhere around there. Don't be a litter bug, put trash in its rightful place. The trick is to make sure you get the air bubbles out. Because if you leave an air bubble, it still will leak. The trick is when placing these screw in, you either put your shoe or your foot right as close as you can. So when you're pushing, trying to tap this with the screw, you have this secure to the decking. And you don't want to blow out the plastic seal, the rubber seal as well. So let me show you one where they blew it out. See that one right there, they had it a little too snug. And when you put your feet right up against it, it will help to keep it plumb and square, because you can see those two right there, they're not square. These three of them, they're not properly sitting on top of the tin. See, this is one right there where the rubber flange got blown out, meaning they tightened the fastener too much on the rubber flange. Then once the sun starts baking and heating the tin, then eventually it will dry and fail. As you can see, there's little cracks in it. So the objective is to make it get snug, waterproof, without over tightening and torquing it too much. That is another bad installation. You don't want to tweak it to where the screw is on there snug enough and then it puts a dent in the tin, and then it's off center as well, offset. But even though it's like that, they still did a pretty good job to make sure it's properly sealed. Beautiful day after several days of rain. Another tip or trick is when you're walking on the roof and you're unsure yourself, just walk on the screw heads. This is the leak, supposed to be like right around there, so I went ahead and did a couple, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the end as well, and then I'm gonna come back and finish out this line as well. But before I forget my measurement, I'm gonna go and try and figure out where the next one is at, and then just have that, put a couple blob to make sure I got it secure. This one map at 12 feet, so I guess this is the line right here that is failing or leaking. So that's one screw there and another one there, and possibly right here as well at this joint. Like I said, they saw and they knew when they put this in, they should have retracted that and replaced it, because that is a real indication that this was going to fail. Look at how that is. So I have it 12 by 48 inches, so this is right. I think I'm right in the range of where it should be leaking. This is on the Bullet Tree Road in Cayo District, Belize, Central America. Got on my work cap, a gift. This is made after the Belizean flag, and it was a gift from someone in Canada. There's some pigeon hanging out on this red roof right over there. This is another no-no. Like, if you're gonna put a roof joint here, they should have been smart enough to try to figure out if they could have get a piece of block or wood underneath. Because see how it's skinning up. So now what I gotta do is figure out how to squish the old roofing tape and then see if I can stuff the joint with some tar. Normally you need to bring this here, or they could have tried to put it to the next piece of decking on the bottom, like wherever the next screw line would have, they should have put it there, cut it to match that. Blob there, and then come over here, put the next one there. So I'm gonna step there and then see how I can plug it up and try and stuff some underneath that tape. Alright, there we have it. Don't do this at home unless you really going to be precise. Make a patch. Okay, so when I said about being precise, see the blade that I did there, the blade mark? See the blade mark right there? Alright, so because I stuffed it, now I want to push that down and try to squeeze out some of that tar to make sure I don't have a huge ass bump here where the water will back up. So now I want to try and flush it out and get it level. See that? See that? Moving up a bit, just a smidge. Remember, we work for likes, shares, and comments. Remember to subscribe to the channel as well. Remember, pre-La Ruta Maya, you can come for La Ruta Maya adventure as well. There's about 5 to 6 weeks away.